Well, wrapping up the week on this Friday on a snowy note down south, a dry one here in the bluegrass, but cold everywhere. It's been quite an interesting week with the unseasonably cold air sticking around and unfortunately more Arctic air, very cold temperatures and frigid wind chills, especially tomorrow morning. I think that will be the worst of it. Looks like making a run back toward the freezing mark now on Groundhog Day, so maybe a day early, so that's of course good. Another system could bring a little mixed bag of some snow and or rain, a little bit of both. Mid part of next week doesn't appear to be a big system, but it will be early February by then, so it always bears watching. One thing we're watching on our Viper radar, a little bit of light snow continuing along the Howell Rogers Parkway corridor and points to the south. And this is going to be the favorite area as we go through the evening, overnight, and into tomorrow, at least early, to pick up maybe some decent accumulation, especially the mountainous areas along the Kentucky-Virginia border, the highest elevations. We're kind of backing things down temporarily, but we may get some additional moisture kind of rotating around with the surface low to the south and a little bit of a boundary laid out across southeastern Kentucky. Here's a live look at Mount Sterling in Montgomery County in front of the courthouse. It's 21. Got a northeast wind at about 5 to 10. It's not overly strong, but as temperatures drop off and get into the single digits a little bit later on tonight, of course, that's going to lend itself to, unfortunately, wind chills 5 to 10 degrees below zero. Jackson County near McKee, earlier you had some snow that has come to an end. Upper teens north, low to mid 20s elsewhere. Wind gusts picked up a little bit, 15 to 20 at times. I think they'll back off a little bit during the overnight, but you see wind chill 7 here in Lexington, 9 Williamstown, 9 Flemingsburg as well. So the colder air, the Arctic air, poised to spill southward as we go through the overnight hours. Area of low pressure again, as we talked about a little while ago, that is going to intensify along the eastern seaboard. That Arctic air is headed all the way deep into Florida. For an example, West Palm Beach, freezing, Miami, mid-30s Sunday morning. And then just tack on a 40 to 45 mile per hour wind gust. Yes, legitimately for good measure. So talk about a shock to the system and a lot of real estate dealing with Arctic air. Notice how the snow hangs around during the overnight along the Kentucky-Virginia border as we hit single digits, probably mid to upper range here in the bluegrass, maybe low teens down south. Nothing we haven't dealt with earlier in the week. And then tomorrow, some clouds. Remember last Monday, after the winter storm exited, we were just kind of spitting out a little bit of snow from time to time, nothing major, mid-teens. That's where we'll play tomorrow. They're trimming counties down out of the winter weather advisory, and I think that trend will continue. There is a winter storm warning in pink for Pike, Letcher, and Harlan counties above 1,500 feet. The typical areas that can pick up 4, 5, even 6 inches of snow when you've got this kind of setup, so they upgraded that for those areas there. Here's the issue. Look at how wind chills are going to continue to go down, and we're going to be in that 5 to 10 degrees below zero range at daybreak tomorrow and even tomorrow afternoon. Remember, everybody's got cabin fever. You've been stuck inside for about a week. You want to get out tomorrow. You can do it, but dress accordingly because the wind chills will be low range, single digits, and then still some wind chill in place Sunday morning, not that extensive because the winds will be a little bit lighter and we'll begin to moderate temperatures. But tonight through 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, cold weather advisory because of the aforementioned wind chills, so keep that in mind. As far as our precipitation chances, Clipper Monday, and then that midweek system may impact us as early as Tuesday night. Now, the area of low pressure heads out to sea. A decent start on Sunday to February, 22, but then with the southwest flow ahead of that Clipper, we go 31. So look at this. This is what we like. We're headed the right direction into the 30s for highs, and with the clouds around, only in the 20s for lows. We'll take that. Looking ahead, again, timing and placement, that'll be key here, but it does look like, again, a mixed bag. You see a little blue, some green in there as well, something we'll monitor heading into the mid part of next week. So tonight, cloudy with flurries, mid to upper range single digits. It'll be below zero, feel like at times. Tomorrow, very cold day, few flakes, 14. And then we do round the corner, I guess, playing optimistic here pretty quickly. Back up to 22 Sunday, Groundhog Day, 31, and then even with that midweek system and another Clipper this time next week, at least it's good to see afternoon highs back in the low to mid 30s.